7-5, day 2. So this is picking up where we left off in the last lesson. And like I said, I just split them because the videos were getting kind of long. So you're going to start by doing the same exact thing. So you need to find your GCF. But now, instead of having 2 terms like we had up here, now you've got 3 terms in each of these. So instead of just focusing on 2 things, you're focusing on 3, which just amps it up a little bit. So in our case, we're looking at the numbers 2, 2, and 4. Well, 2, 2, and 4 have a 2 in common. That's the largest. X squared, X, and X have the smallest exponent is an X. Then you've got Y, Y squared, and Y. The smallest is a Y. So our GCF is 2xy, which means we're dividing everything by a 2xy. Ooh, I may not have enough room for these. How am I going to do this? Because I have no scrap paper beside me. So we're just going to write really small, I guess. So 2xy, parentheses. 2 divided by 2, they cancel. X squared over X is simply X. Y over Y cancels. Bring down that minus sign. 2 over 2 cancels. X over X cancels. Y squared over Y is Y. Plus 4 divided by 2 is 2. X over X cancels. Y over Y cancels. So you have 2xy, parentheses, X minus Y plus 2. So number 16, we need our GCF. We're writing really small. You've got 9, 18, and 24. Go with your smallest number. Our smallest number is 9. Does 9 go into 18? Yeah. Does 9 go into 24? No. So our GCF is not 9. Our factors of 9 are 1, 3, and 9. So go with 3 instead. Does 3 go into 9? Yes. Does 3 go into 18? Yes. Oh, hey, I missed that up here. Whoops. 3 and 6 go into 18 as well. Sorry, that was on the last day of notes. Just realized my brain was not functioning. Does 3 go into 24? Yes. So our GCF is going to be 3. I've got r to the 8th, r squared, and r. You go with the smallest. So the smallest is r. And then these 2 have s's, but this one doesn't, so I can't take it out. So I'm going to divide everything by a 3r. So 3r, parentheses. 9 divided by 3 is 3. R to the 8th over r. Subtract your exponents. 8 minus 1 is 7. Bring down the subtraction sign. 18 divided by 3 is 6. R squared over r is r. Then you've got that s that we're just going to drag down. Minus 24 divided by 3, which is 8. R over r cancels. And then I've got that s squared that has to be in there. So if you're not sure, look at your answers. 3, 6, and 8. Do they have anything in common? Are they all divisible by 2? Are they all divisible by 4? They're all divisible by 1, and 1 does not help us. So we did that one correctly. Number 17, GCF, 6, 14, 10. Your smallest number is 6. Does 6 go into 14? No, it does not. So your factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3, and 6. We know 6 is not it. Does 3 go into 14? No. Does 2? Yes. So 2 goes into 6, 14, and 10. So our GCF is 2. I've got y to the 4th, y cubed, y squared. Which of those is the smallest? Y squared. So I'm going to divide everything by a 2y squared. And then I'm going to write it out front. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Y to the 4th over y squared, you subtract y squared. Plus 14 divided by 2 is 7. Cubed over squared is just y. Minus 10 divided by 2 is 5. Y squared over y squared, they cancel. And that's your answer. Oh, sorry. I don't know if you could see that or not. Number 18, GCF. Did you notice I got an actual pencil this time instead of a mechanical pencil, and that way I didn't have to deal with it breaking? Used my noggin. So GCF, you've got a 12, a 36, and a 6. Your smallest is 6. Does 6 go into 36? Yes. Does 6 go into 12? Yes. So our GCF is 6. I've got A5, A4, A2. Which of those is the smallest? A squared. B squared, B cubed, B squared. Which of those is the smallest? b squared. So I'm dividing everything by a 6a squared b squared. So, 6a squared b squared, parentheses. 12 divided by 6 is 2. A to the 5th over a squared, subtract, is a cubed. B squared over b squared, cancel. Bring down that minus sign. 36 divided by 6 is 6. A to the 4th over a squared is a squared. B cubed over b squared just gives you b. Minus 6 divided by 6 is 1. A squared over a squared is cancels. B squared over b squared is cancels, so that's just 1. Ooh, that's a lot. That is a lot. We're just going to have to write on the back of something else for these that I'm going to run out of room on. So, number 19, you've got, or maybe I can write to the side. I guess I can write over here. Our GCF on 19, you've got a 14, a 28, and a 14. Those have a 14 in common because the smallest number goes into everything. G, G, no G. So we can't yank out a G. H squared, H, H. Well, they all have an H in common. So I'm going to divide everything by a 14H. And then I'm going to put it out front of my parentheses. 14 over 14 cancels. G divided by nothing is G. H squared over H is H. Plus 28 divided by 14 is 2. G divided by nothing is G. H over H cancels. Plus 14 divided by 14, that's 1. H over H is 1. So there we go. So again, these are very time consuming, but not difficult. At least I don't think they're difficult. I just, like I said, I think they're time consuming. So 20, GCF, you've got 18, 24, 36. So our smallest number is 18. Does 18 go into 24? No, it does not. Our factors of 18, now that I've got it right, are 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. We know 18 does not go in. Does 9 go into 24? No. Does 6 go into 24? Yes, it does. Does it also go into 36? Yes, it does. So 6 is part of my GCF. So we're going to put that 6 right here. Then, sorry, I keep moving the camera on you guys. I've got x squared, x, no x. So I cannot pull out an x. I've got a y, no y, and a y. Cannot pull out a y. And I've got a z squared, and a z cubed. Hey, I've got a z in every term, so I can go ahead and yank out a z. So I'm going to divide everything by a 6z. 6z, 6z, 6z. So put that out front. 18 divided by 6 is 3. X squared divided by nothing is x squared. Y divided by nothing is y. Z over z, those cancel. Minus 24 divided by 6 is 4. X divided by nothing is x. Z squared over z is z. Plus 36 divided by 6 is 6. Y divided by nothing is y. Z cubed over z is z squared. There we go. Big long answer. Oops. There we go. All right. Number 21, GCF. No number, 5. So the fact that 2 of our terms have no number out front, that means our GCF is not going to have a coefficient. It's not going to have a number out front. Move on to your variables. M cubed, M squared, M. The smallest is an M. Then I've got N squared, N cubed. The smallest is an N. So my GCF is Mn. So I'm going to divide each of these by Mn, 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 and then I'm going to put Mn out front. M cubed divided by M is M squared, and my N's cancel. Minus M squared divided by M is M. N squared divided by N is N. Plus, these are horrible decisions. M's and N's sound like too much alike. 5 divided by nothing is 5. M over M cancels. N cubed over N is N squared. There we go. All right, 22. 22. Maybe I can squeeze GCF up here. Our GCF, you've got 16, 28, and 8. Well, our smallest is 8. 8 goes into 16 nicely. Does 8 go into 28? No. So our factors of 8 are 1, 2, 4, and 8. We already know 8's not it. So start with 4. Does 4 go into 16? Yes. Does 4 go into 28? Yes. So 4 is part of my GCF.
I love you, Mommy.
I love you too, Jordan. X, X, no X, so I can't pull out an X. Y squared, Y, and Y. My smallest is a Y. So we're going to divide everything by 4Y. Put the 4Y out front.
Can I take my hoodie off?
Go get your cup out front, and then you can take your hoodie off. 16 divided by 4 is 4. X divided by nothing is X. Y squared over Y is Y. Plus 28 divided by 4 is 7. X divided by nothing is X. Y over Y, those cancel. Plus 8 divided by 4 is 2. Y over Y, those cancel. Mind-numbingly tedious, children. 23, I almost said 35, good Lord. GCF on 23. I've got 35, 20, and 15. Your GCF on this one should be flashing at you with a big red sign. They're all multiples of 5. So 5 is my GCF on this one. I've got A squared, A, and A. My smallest is an A. And then I've got a singular B squared, but nothing else has a B squared. So my GCF's just going to be a 5A, and that's what I'm going to divide by. And that's what I'm going to put out front. So 35 divided by 5 is 7. A squared over A is A. Minus 20 divided by 5 is 4. A over A cancels, and that leaves me with the B squared. Plus 15 divided by 5 is 3. A over A, those cancel. And that's it. So our last one, 24. And I'm going to write the GCF down below this one. Okay, Jordy, I need you to be quiet. Shh, please. Hang on, I got to yank a hoodie off a kid's head. Give me a second here. Wait, there we go. All right, go put it away. Sorry. Focusing. All right, 3, 9, 15. Your smallest number is 3. Does 3 go into 9? Yes. Does 3 go into 15? Yes, it does. So my GCF is 3. I've got A cubed, A squared, A. Which of those is the smallest? A. B squared, B cubed, B to the 4th. Which of those is the smallest? B squared. C, C squared, C cubed. Which of those is the smallest? C. So my GCF is going to be 3A, B squared, C.
Hey, Mommy, can I have the cake now?
No, Jordy, no cake.
Okay.
I'm going to divide everything by that. I'm going to put it out front of my parentheses. 3 divided by 3 is 1. A cubed over A is A squared. B squared over B squared cancels. C over C cancels. Minus 9 divided by 3 is 3. Jordy, you get nothing right now. No snacks, no food. Go play, please. Sorry. A squared over A is A. B cubed over B squared is B. C squared over C is C. Plus 15 divided by 3 is 5. A over A cancels. B squared, B to the 4th over B squared is B squared. And C cubed over C is C squared. So there you have it, guys. That's all of lesson 7-5.